Now at 5:30 in the near future, students here in Ohio and the public school system will have to put their cell phones away while they're in school.
Governor DeWine signed a bill into law today to limit cell phone use by students in public schools. And 10 TV political reporter Doug Petcash joining us now live in Dublin, where the governor signed the bill into law.
And Doug, here's the question. How are students there getting used to a cell phone ban?
Well, here at Dublin schools, Andrew, they've had a policy in place for about a year, and from all indications, the students are actually liking it. They're talking more, they're laughing, and they're making noise in the hallways and the cafeteria because they're actually talking. Dublin City Schools did put that ban in place at elementary and middle schools just this past school year. Students in the high schools can carry their cell phones along with them. They just can't have them out in class. Now, schools across Ohio have to put similar policies in place. With the stroke of many pens, Governor DeWine signed the cell phones in schools bill into law, surrounded by state leaders and students at Carr Middle School in Dublin. The bill requires public schools to create a policy limiting phone use as much as possible during school hours. It also requires the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce to create a model policy for schools to adopt if they don't want to make their own.
And what we hope is the vast majority of schools will make a decision that cell phones in schools are what we know, and that is counterproductive to learning.
Educators around the state say banning phones in their schools led to greater student engagement, fewer skipped classes, and less bullying. Carr Middle School principal Brooke Menduni has seen the same in her building.
It's been monumental. The engagement that students have with not only one another but within the school building has been one of the biggest difference makers in my career.
Then there's the noise in the hallways and cafeteria.
The noise level in the lunchroom is much louder, but it's a good loud. They're interacting, they're laughing.
Just 5 weeks ago, Governor DeWine advocated for the bill in his State of the State address. Now it's already law.
This happened this fast because there is a broad consensus today that cell phones in schools are not good.
Principal Menduni is very glad her district took the lead on this issue.
It's not to say after schools they're not still back on cell phones and devices, but teachers are able to teach, students are able to learn, and we feel like a community again.
And there are exceptions. Under the law, cell phones are allowed to be used if they are being used as a learning tool in the classroom or to monitor a student's health. Now, Governor DeWine hopes that schools are able to get their policies together and in place by this next school year, but they will all have to have a policy in place by July 1st of 2025. Live in Dublin, Doug Petcash, 10 TV News.